Hi, I'm Scott.
And I'm Oscar, and together we are the Ginfluencers UK.
The gin we're trying today is Gordon's White Peach.
Oh, I love peach. Almost 250 years ago,
Alexander Gordon started his distillery in Southwark, London, and set about creating the recipe for his historic gin brand.
Oh wow. Gordon's is now owned by the British spirits company Diageo, and in the UK made in Cameron Beach Distillery in Fife in Scotland.
They now produce many flavoured gins. We have quite a few
We
here.
have a few indeed.
Yeah.
Now you can't find out much about the botanicals in this gin. It must have juniper in it to be called a gin, but all we can actually find out is some blurb about the gin being made of the highest quality ingredients, and obviously it must have some peach or stroke of peach essence in it.
It comes in a 70 centilitre bottle with an ABV of 37.5% and costs around £16.50. Today I'll be making a gin and tonic using Fever Tree premium tonic water and garnishing with some peach.
There you go.
As always, we'll be trying it neat first. A little bit disappointing that you can't find much about it.
Well, that says a lot about some companies, doesn't it?
Also, 37.5%. That is the threshold of it can be a gin. It
Just
can't
being a gin.
It can't be a gin lower. Wow, that's definitely peach.
Oh, so we don't need as many. See, I brought some just in case there wasn't enough peach in it.
He says that. I bought them. He just put them on the tray. There you go. So I did that.
It's one of those days.
Right.
Wow.
Initially, when you smell
Wow.
it,
Great smell.
Yeah,
Great smell.
But he says great smell, but it smells like those peach sweets that you get. The kind of, yeah.
Who would
obviously.
know more about sweets than
But it
me?
does. It smells like peach sweets. It doesn't smell like fresh peach, but it smells like peach sweets.
It smells like peach and alcohol. I'm happy with that. Let's try it. And you know what? It tastes like peach. It tastes sweet. It tastes like peach. You can't dispute.
No.
It doesn't taste like peach. It does taste like peach.
But it doesn't taste
tastes
like
like very sweet peach.
It doesn't taste like
admittedly.
fresh peach though. It tastes like peach sweets, but then you've got a real acidy back to it of the gin.
Well, I'm not going to be as negative as you, right? Because I love peach and I like that taste. Whether or not it's a real peach or
Essence.
essence of a peach.
Is that the sign language for essence?
That's essence. It's where you squidge it
Right.
all up and then you add water, like concentrated apple juice, orange juice, right? But so far, it is, no, think about it. It's saying it's peach, it is peach. As far as whether or not it's a gin, it must be for the fact it's just got some juniper in it.
I've got a warming sensation and a sharp sensation. Weirdly, my face feels a bit flushed.
You look really weird. Maybe you should go to the hospital.
Honestly, I feel like after having a few sips, I feel like my face is flushing. I'm actually deadly serious. I'm really serious. My face feels like it's getting really warm.
Well, we'll deal with that during the interlude. So let's get it in a tonic
Let's see if
before
it's
I
like
have
in
to
a
rush
tonic.
into the hospital.
So let's give it a try.
Indeed. Let
There we
us
go.
do that. Look, we got peach in there as well.
Bit of peach. There we go.
Still peachy smell.
Okay, it's a lot better with tonic. It's taken that kind of like, because it wasn't pleasant neat. It was.
See, and I liked it neat, but then I'm more Neanderthal than you. I can admit that. Yeah. Right.
No,
but
but
I liked the fact
No.
that it was peach smashing it in my
No,
face.
it wasn't proper peach. It was peach sweets.
It doesn't matter, but it was
Shut
peach.
up.
Whether or not you
Shut
there's
up.
other brands out there that use essence.
Shush. It was.
You're doing an Archer then.
It's shush. It was peach sweets with a horrible kind of bitter back flavour, but the tonic has made it a little bit more palatable for me. So
You finished?
you can carry on while I take some of
Right.
those.
So if other gin brands can use essence,
And a lot of them do, to be fair.
Right, and there are ones out there, and we have a few gins here, right? Whether or not they've used essence, I don't know.
Well, they clearly have.
Well, that's your opinion, and I'm saying that to me smelt a peach, tasted a peach, so definitely neat. It's still got peach in there. If they've used essence or fresh botanical, yeah, we love fresh stuff. We absolutely love it. And I think that justifies a higher price point. Remember, the price point on this is what, £16.50?
Yeah.
This is a lower price point. So if they've created a taste using artificial ingredients, that's no worse than Coca-Cola taking sugar out and using aspartame or whatever it is. Okay. And yeah, it's a huge seller. It's one of the biggest products on the planet.
I'm not disputing they
there you go.
sell.
I have to get it out there because
I'm not disputing they sell a lot, and I'm not disputing where they are in the market. You know, they kind of coin, they coin it in, and they've cornered that part of the market. They are really reasonably priced. It is just a little bit still too artificial for me. I'd much rather an Archer's Peach Schnapps. Schnips.
Do you know what? Archer's Peach Schnapps is amazing, and it is.
You used to drink that.
I used to drink that all the time, right? I've gone through a whole myriad of alcohols over my years, right? And I can see what you're saying there. It's very similar. This does have the sharpness and the familiar Gordon's aftertaste,
which
right,
is
does
the
have
thing that's grating on me a little bit. That bitterness, the peachiness now diluted isn't bad. Archer's a little bit better because it's that little bit sweeter, but this has got still for me that slight bitter raspiness.
It definitely has a rasping, and I've got to say, knowing Gordon's, because I grew up on Gordon's, right, and I could probably still pick that out. If you lined up a few peach gins, I don't know how many more we've got, right, I could probably pick out that as being Gordon's, because it is giving me that. I've got really distinct dryness, but it's not. It's salivaness in my throat, and it's got the familiar Gordon's taste. I know that taste, right? And I think the only true way to distinguish between certain gins is to do a blind taste test.
Yeah, and right? I agree.
And I think
with you.
Some people are they are one of the world's, if not the world's, biggest selling gin brand, Gordon's Gin, right? I think there's one other that may beat them, and that's just down to maths. I think depending on where you are in the country, on the planet. If people were to try this completely blind taste testing against other peach ones, I don't know if there's still stigma with Gordon's. We stay away from Gordon's now as much as we can. You definitely don't drink it. If it pops up, I'll drink it. I do think there's a bit of some snobbery going on there, right? Not with you. No, mine's just generally.
Mine's about,
but taste.
For me, right, when I tried it neat as well, and I am getting a flushing, so I don't know what the essence is, but I know it's.
I'm not saying you do look slightly red.
It's not actually agreeing with me.
I'm
my face and my head feels like I'm burning, so I'm actually. This instantly
looking at it, there is a difference, isn't there? If we put the two heads together,
instantly drinking it, I'm getting redder.
I'm just on about the general snobbiness of Gordon's itself.
Yeah, okay, so, I agree with that. But if you let me speak, so I'm obviously reacting to this a little bit. It's not doing that great for me. I don't mind the peach element in it once it's now diluted with tonic, but what I'm still getting is that kind of raspiness at the back that is Gordon's for me, and for not everyone gets that, but for me, I likened it once to a friend of mine when we was talking about the differences in gin, and I said, I used to drink Gordon's, but now when I drink it, it's like if I got some loft insulation and put it in a blender and then drank it. It was like that scratchiness is what I get.
Do you know what? I can totally see that analogy, 100%. It's actually made it quite gaseous.
It's not just that makes them gassy, to be fair.
But anywho, I totally get what you're saying there, right? There is definitely a raspiness. I think it's very diluted compared to a normal Gordon's.
Yeah.
Right, a normal gin, and I'm sort of balancing that against the peach. Why have you done that? I'm balancing against the peachness within that gin. It is saying it's a peach gin. It is a peach Gordon's. right? So you wouldn't run into this and buy this if you didn't understand what Gordon's was.
Okay.
Okay, so people who like Gordon's and like a fruit flavored gin will like this. Okay, that's what I think. It is 100% peach.
If you like Gordon's and slash you like kind of very, very powerful fruit flavors and stuff, and you don't mind those kind of full on, maybe slightly artificial flavors, because it is slightly artificial.
There is, but there's loads of them out there.
I know, calm yourself. It's just a commercial. No, it's not. But anyway, you'll like it. And we do have very different tests. I think we should score it, and then we can see where.
I've got to say,
it's
going to be a hard one for me to score. Yeah, all right.
Okay, right. I know where I am. Sorry, our camera operative is going. You've taken so long doing this. It's like, okay.
That's because we both got on our soapboxes.
When we call this, we'll have to get an ambulance because I'm.
I'm just. This is a real tough one for me.
Well, can we hurry up before I go into anaphylactic shock? I'm really getting red. Right, go.
Okay, that's a 5.
Okay, right. Look, I scored it a 4 because I didn't mind the peachiness once it was diluted. It might have got a 3 if I'm going by the fact that I probably can't ever drink it again because I'm going red. You know, it was get a 3 really, but it isn't bad, but I'm still getting the raspiness. But if you like Gordon's and you like kind of fruity flavors, you're going to like this. So I didn't score it. I could have scored it really low. I didn't, and you scored it average.
I've definitely scored it average because I've moved on from Gordon's. Okay, if this was 20 years ago, you know, like, I'd be scoring
It'd still
it higher.
be 40.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Okay.
Right. So our camera operative wants us to wrap up. So he scored it a 5. I scored it a 4.
No, hold on. I'm trying to justify the score, right? And I'm trying to get away from the snobbiness, but also the like. It is a Gordon. You will buy it if you like Gordon's, right? And as far as a Gordon's go, it's a peach version of a Gordon's with the aftertaste, slight aftertaste of Gordon's. I think it's diluted aftertaste. You've got to admit that. Yeah. It's a diluted aftertaste of Gordon's, right? It's a peach version of Gordon's. And if anyone says, oh, it's because of essence, we have essence in products here, okay? There are many gins that use essence. I would always want, if I'm paying £50 for a bottle of gin or £40 for a bottle of gin, I'd want botanicals as fresh as you could get them. But as far as essence goes, you know, if that is essence.
Okay.
All right?
There we go. Right, get off your soapbox, do your bits.
There you go. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Drop a comment what you think about this. And we'll see you in the next video.
Bye. I'm off to the hospital.